I am Kristina Walsh of Mortgages by Kristina with Atlantic Coast Mortgage. I am a mortgage loan officer, in case I didn't say mortgage enough. And I primarily serve first-time home buyers. That's like my niche, and military.
Take me back. How did you get started?
I actually got started straight out of high school. I was going to be a hairdresser. I didn't like math in high school. I didn't want to do anything math related, so I was going to be a hairdresser. Side note, hairdressers do math, in case anybody was wondering. But my aunt was vice president of Countrywide way back when. And I was working two jobs. I had just graduated high school. She called me and offered me like $12 an hour as a receptionist. I made $2 at the hair cuttery and maybe like 5 at the Radio Shack. So it was like major bank, and I quit, started at Countrywide and never looked back. I went from receptionist to like I did some accounts payable, then I went into pre-processing, processing, underwriting, and now a loan officer.
Wow. How did you end up with the company that you're with today?
I so I was an underwriter up until about 3 years ago when interest rates skyrocketed and I was laid off. And I decided to become a loan officer. Everyone that I called, all my past contacts were like, "You used to structure your deals, just become a loan officer." And so I did, but I wasn't feeling confident in like the sales side of mortgages. So I joined a team and I was there for about 2 years and I learned a lot. It was great. But I wanted to just grow myself a little bit more. And I had started talking with other companies, and then Atlantic Coast got a hold of me, and I met Karen Grafton, John Coy, and Mark Kilfeather. But Karen is really who sold me on Atlantic Coast. She got on a Zoom call with me at like 6 o'clock at night, and she was just so excited and so excited about what Atlantic Coast could help me with, and some of the training programs, and really just like the cheerleading that she does. And she even followed up with a text. It was like a stormy night. We lost service. She followed up with a text. She checked in on me the next day. And really, Karen's who sold me.
It's that relationship building that she's
Yeah.
so good at.
Yeah.
I
She's
love Karen.
amazing. She's so awesome. She's so much fun too.
She is. She's got it. If you follow her social media, you can.
It
All
is so funny. I love watching her.
right. So I have a handful of questions. If it's okay with you, I'm going to jump right
Yeah.
into them.
All right.
So you've been described as a goal-oriented professional. What personal values drive the way that you serve your clients?
I think personal values, I think it's just like real life. Like you can't, everybody has things they're going through. For me, I'm a single mom. So I tend to fall in, categories or meet people that are more like me in my background. And everyone has a story. They might not always tell you the whole story, but I just try to be relatable. I think that's the biggest thing is just be relatable. So I tend to really work with a lot of first-time home buyers. And it's just a scary process buying your first home, especially you already have kids. So you just have to not dumb it down, but slow it down and go at their pace and their comfortability. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, no, that's smart. What does putting the customer first look like in your day-to-day work as a loan officer?
Probably kind of like I just said, just slowing things down and going at their comfortability. I'm always asking, does that make sense? If this doesn't work for you, maybe that works for you. This might not be for you, but maybe this is for you. I just try to do a lot of problem solving skills and trying to really like get to the root of what you're looking for and how I can help you best.
That's awesome. What first drew you into the mortgage industry? So when I know you said because was it your aunt that
Yep, my aunt, yeah.
attracted you in?
hmm
But what's kept you passionate about it for so many years?
I think just so passionate would just be helping people buy their homes first, second, third. It's just really something about seeing people get so excited about accomplishing a goal. But also my family, my aunt's in the business and so is my mother. My aunt's a loan officer, my mother's an underwriter. And my grandfather owned a auto dealership. He passed away about 9 years ago now, but he was in finance and selling cars. So I think it's just in my blood. I just never knew it. I was always gonna, this was always my destiny.
So looking back, what's one lesson from underwriting and processing that still guides you as a loan officer today?
Knowing your guidelines. I know how to problem solve. I know how to read the guidelines. I know how to push back and argue when I need to. And I know not how to make things fit, but how to make them fit in the boxes. I mean, there's certain things, certain ways you calculate income. There's so many behind the scene things that you don't know about, like loan level price adjustments, and it would really just start to blow your mind. But there's so many different things that you have to know, and already knowing them and how to work around them or work through them, I think is really beneficial for me and
And your
helpful
clients.
for sure.
You've got that edge.
Yes.
So Atlantic Coast Mortgage, they talk about being more than a leader, that it's a team.
hmm
What does teamwork mean to you in this business?
So I had actually another loan officer at Atlantic Coast call me yesterday and give me some guidance on a file. And she was like, hey, if you ever want to grab coffee, if you ever have a question, if there's ever anything I can teach you. And it's not just that one loan officer, it's all of them. So it's not really, they're not like, this is my agent, this is my client, this is mine, this is my. It's really like, hey, you have your thing and you're going to be great at it. And if you need help, I can help you. I think they're really good with that as far as like, it's not all one person and one person is going to go to the top. They're like, we'll all work together to get you there.
It's hard to create greatness in silos, right?
Yeah. I mean, we even have like team calls, challenges. We're in a 5-week challenge right now,
Mm.
and everyone gets on and shares their knowledge with everyone else. What's working for them, how they're creating videos, and what AI is helping them, or, what new tool, because things are evolving every day. So it's great when people share and we share. We don't like, it's not like
No
my
gatekeeping.
idea. Yeah, no gatekeeping over here.
Your experience in the FHA, VA, jumbo, arms, and more. Is that, did you call them arms? Or
Yes,
okay.
arms. Yep.
How do you help clients find the product that's the right fit for their goals?
Sometimes it's really easy, especially when I say my two niches are VA or first time home buyers, because if you're a first time home buyer, 95% of the time it's going to be a first time home buyer program. There's certain things that you can layer to help make your payment more affordable, and especially your closing costs.
What qualifies somebody as a first time home buyer?
Ooh, that's a really good question. A first time home buyer is someone who has not been on the deed to a property in the last 3 years.
Okay.
So you've either never owned a home before, which automatically you're a first time home buyer, or you owned a home and sold it 3 years ago. There's a few other little caveats here and there. One of them is if a property was left to you through an inheritance and you've never resided in it, you would still be considered a first time home buyer. And then if you have military background, like automatically we're going to go VA first. So I think it's really easy, just depending on what you're coming to me for, to kind of figure out where the program fits you best.
Understood. What's one myth about mortgages you wish more buyers or homeowners understood?
Myth. Well, for VA, the myth that most people, I just actually had a VA client, he's closing today, shout out to him, who thought that you could only ever use your VA once and that you were always subjected to a funding fee, which is not accurate. So VAs don't have mortgage insurance, they have a funding fee, but disabled veterans are not subjected to that funding fee, and you can use your VA uh, numerous times. So that's one for VA. And first time homebuyers, probably 20% down is not a thing. You do not need 20% down. The minimum down payment is 3%, and there are several programs that help you come up with that 3%. There's also programs that have 100% financing. So
Oh,
those are probably the two biggest myths I run into.
well, I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Yes. Learning today.
In a competitive market, how do you give your clients an edge when it comes to securing financing?
So my biggest edge is my underwriting background. When I call a listing agent because we're presenting an offer, I can confidently say, I have pay stubs, I have W-2s, I have employment history. Sometimes it's hard for me to take my underwriter hat off and really dig through the file, but it's literally a pre-underwritten file, so it's a very strong pre-approval letter when it's coming from me. I think that's my biggest.
Do agents know that if like you've got
Oh
the
yeah.
file that this is solid?
Yes.
They're
They
good.
know they know that I've gone through the file. If I have a question about something, they know I've already addressed it. I've already escalated it if I needed to, and that it's pretty much an approval. I'm not officially an underwriter anymore, but if I've looked at it, it's a pretty solid
Good.
commitment.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you hope clients remember most about working with you beyond just getting the loan closed?
That we're family. It's not just a transaction. We're family. We're going to keep in touch, and that I was helpful. I want to have made an impact. I don't want it to just be like, oh, I don't remember that loan officer that was a snake that put me in my house and then never helped me and never answered my calls. Like,
What a horrible loan
you have, there
officer.
are horrible horror stories out there. I don't ever want to be the horror story. I want to be the friend. I want you to be comfortable calling me all, not 24/7, but if you have questions, I'm always here to help. So I want to be helpful and friendly, and I want you to refer your mom and your sister and your brother and your aunt and your uncles and your bank teller because I was so helpful. That's always my goal when I'm helping my clients.
Beautiful. How do you see your role as not just financing homes? I know you said your family, but helping families build stability and wealth. Do you see yourself playing a role in that?
Yeah, for sure. Because so homeownership is the number one, the fastest way to generational wealth. So a lot of families that, when we're just paying rent, we're just throwing away, but you're paying somebody else's mortgage. You're helping them build their wealth. So there's a lot of great tools that we have that I can show people, especially first-time home buyers, how they're building their wealth in the future and setting up success for their children too. It's just, I feel the same way for myself. I bought my first home and now I'm in my second home, and this is a legacy I'm leaving to my children. So I definitely feel like helping buyers, and especially into their first homes, is a great door towards financial stability.
So I know you mentioned earlier that you're a single mom,
Yes.
but you're a very successful career woman as well.
Yes.
Have you ever found in that journey there to be struggles that maybe being a single mom you had to deal with that?
All the time. I don't even know. Every 5 minutes, I'm checking my schedule. Like, am I forgetting something? My boys are in sports. My oldest is 16 and my youngest 11. And my 16-year-old he plays football for his high school. Every Friday night, we're on the field. Well, he has an injury and needs to have an x-ray. He has a possible injury. I'm just going to keep saying possible injury and it not really be an injury. So I need to take him for x-rays. And I'm like, would have to be the day that I need to go and do this. And he's like, I want to go to school. I want to go to football practice. So I need you to be there tonight. So it's definitely challenging to keep all of the schedules together. Some nights looks like I'm working until 10 or 11, but I took enough time off to pour into my kids what they needed from me. So that's one thing that I love about loan officer is I can be flexible. There might be some nights where I'm struggling staying up late and getting things done, but I am always there for my kids, and that's really important for me.
It's great to be able to have a career that you can
Be
work
flexible.
around your
Yes, exactly.
most important things in your life, such as your
Exactly.
children.
Yeah, it's so true.
That's
That
awesome.
is, people always ask me, like, are you ever going to go back into processing or underwriting? No, there's no,
Little flexibility,
those are like
probably.
9 to 5 jobs, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of flexibility here. So some days it's hard, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I absolutely love it. Actually, last weekend, my son called me at like 7 in the morning. He decided he was going to go to homecoming dance. So rather than logging in at 8 o'clock and starting work and like, hey, sorry, I can't help you, it's flexible enough that I can go save the day and then get to work. So I really
Do you have
love
to get
that.
him the tuxedo and the
Yeah, I had to
all the
go and
stuff?
sign the form to allow him
Oh,
to go. And then we had to go shopping the next day because heaven forbid he decide to go to a dance the day they announce the dance. He wants
yeah.
to wait till the last day to decide.
Kids these days.
Yeah. The next dance that comes, I guess that's prom. I'm just gonna buy the tickets and sign the form. And then if he doesn't go, I'll sell them and I'll help some other mom whose child is
Last
deciding at
minute.
the last
Yes.
minute. Yeah.
Smart.
That's my new, yeah.
So what you do is you learn
As you
from
go. I was literally getting ready to say, I just learn as I go most days. When something comes up and it has like thrown a wrench in the schedule, I'm like, okay, note to self, This is
In
how
the
I'm going to do
future.
it in the future.
So,
Yep.
and I say that to everybody I talk to, whether it's my team, friends, family. It's only a mistake if,
You keep doing it.
yeah. Well, if it happens one time, what is that like?
Yeah.
Shame on
Fool me once,
you.
shame on
Yeah.
you. Fool me twice,
Yeah,
shame
but
on
if
me.
it, yeah. So after that first time, if you're in a pickle, if you're in a situation where you're like, I didn't like that, even if it wasn't quote unquote your fault,
Right.
well, what did you do to make sure that that doesn't happen again? If you
Again.
don't
Yeah.
do anything about it, then you're not being proactive, and now it's on you.
Yep. Definitely. There was another mom I was talking to, and their homecoming isn't as early as ours was. And she was saying her son hasn't committed yet to going. And I'm like, just buy the ticket. Trust me. Just go buy the ticket. Go buy the outfit. Just have it ready. And if he doesn't go, then you can just sell it. And I'm like, that's what I'm doing in the future from now on, because this last minute, we're at football late Friday night, and then I'm up shopping all day Saturday. And then my Sunday, we're in church and preparing for the week. And like my whole weekend was gone. If it was just bought, it wouldn't have been so
Last
chaotic.
minute, yeah.
Yeah.
Same
So,
thing with yearbooks, by the way. Just buy the yearbook.
yeah.
My
Actually,
son
the
does that.
school just messaged me. Somehow I managed to opt him out of the yearbook.
Mm,
And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I did that, but please fix it. He will die if he's not in his yearbook. And I'm like, we're already talking about yearbooks. School just
I
started.
know.
And I was thinking the same thing. Like, yep, just got to buy the yearbooks.
But my son was like, I don't want the yearbook. And then the day, like when they only had like 30 copies left, he's in line. Can you
Trying,
drive me?
yeah,
Yeah.
trying to get a yearbook. Yeah. Or if it's not the day that they need it, it'll be 20 years from now. And they're like, hey, mom, remember when I was in this school and you didn't
And
buy
you
my
didn't buy the
yearbook?
yearbook?
Yeah. And somehow it's mom's fault,
It's
not
always
their
mom's
fault.
fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's mom's fault.
Looking ahead, what kind of impact do you hope to leave in the mortgage industry and with the clients that you serve?
I think maybe just the biggest impact right now, we're like in a rate sensitive market. So there's some really great tools to help reduce rates for home buyers, especially first time home buyers. So I think my biggest impact would just be really helping people find affordable and sustainable home ownership. Like I said, especially in the high rate environment. I actually was talking with a client the other day. He's a first time home buyer, and we talked about the interest rate, and he clammed up. And I'm like, but wait, there's more. There's a program. It's called Spark through Virginia Housing. It's coming out in about 2 weeks that reduces the interest rate for you for free, a whole percentage point. So instead of being six and
Six
some
and
change,
yeah,
we're at five and some change. So there's definitely a lot of ways to utilize some of the free grants and programs, resources out there. And just knowing how to use them and how to structure them, I think right now is my biggest impact.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Is there anything else you would like to add that I haven't asked you about that you'd like to share?
I don't think so. I think
Awesome.
we covered everything.
Thank you so much for being on
Thank
the
you for having
podcast. It was
me.
wonderful having you.
Thank you.